my beautiful Tame the Triggers people. How are you, beloved souls? This is the third time I'm trying to record this video because my sound keeps stopping. So I'm just checking if my sound is working. Can you tell me? Can you see? Oh, I'm getting a thumbs up from my daughter. The sound is working. So third time lucky. Let's see. All right. So I want you to pause and look at your life. I'm just getting my timer up so that I can make sure that I don't go over 10 minutes. That's my mission, is to honor your time. And I want you to honor your time too. I want you to just look at your week and your day and see how much are you present and alive and tuned in and making time and space and energy for you. Just give yourself a hug and say hello to you, that now is this moment for you to tune into you. And I want you to look at your day. Did you pause and check in and see how you are? This is not to make you wrong. I just want you to notice. I want you to notice how much energy and time and space and money you invest in you, because you matter. So let's look at the 3 tasks for today, all right? Firstly, I want you to just get a perspective, having seen now of how much you pause for yourself. What in your culture, in your family, in the media has dictated to you or programmed you how you spend your time and your energy? Whether it's even like neurotypical people saying, you must come out and party and do this, and you might be neurodiverse just going, I just want to be a hermit. Or it might be a neurotypical person saying, we have to have a routine and do this exactly like this, but you might have ADHD and you lie flat for 3 days and then you work for 12 hours. And that's how it works for you. What has been dictated in your life that has told you who you have to be and how you have to live, that triggers you because it doesn't honor your soul, your diversity, the blossoming of who you truly are. So just pause and notice. Have a look at your day, your week, your month, your year, this decade. How much time have you been living a life for you? Because if you're not, there's just going to be this grumbling or this numbing down of your goals, your dreams, your wishes, your craftiness that's quietened down. And then you'll feel triggered because there's this unease within you that gets struck easily, like the match is ready because you're not living in alignment for you. So when we're abandoning ourselves to fit in or to people please for little scraps of love, we're missing ourselves, and we want to tune in and see, am I aligned with what matters to me and my values? So I want you to assess and see, what are your values on how you're spending your time now? And how does that make you feel about you? So you've just got a glossing overlook. We're not diving into trauma. We don't do that here. That would just be re-traumatizing. We're just looking like a glazy art picture of ourselves. Before we go into any past trauma at all, we're not doing that on this Tame the Triggers. We're just looking at sort of glossy outlines, because unless you've got safety, strength, the capacity to weave love into things, it would be too traumatizing to go into triggers that are traumatizing from the past. So we're just going to have a glossy outlook of the culture and the family's way that we don't live. Like, for example, we had to do things because my mother wanted to, that we didn't enjoy, and it just made us feel really uncomfortable, going to different people's houses that made us sit on the edges of chairs feeling uncomfortable, and then we'd do something wrong and it would be upsetting because it wasn't right for us. So where are you doing that to you now? Because that would be triggering for you in your current life. Then the second thing I want you to look at is, What about your inner child and your healing? Like, do you give any time to that? Do you make space for that? Or has that programming of how you are from childhood been so dominant that you haven't tuned into here? Like in childhood, were children taught that they should be seen and not heard, or that they shouldn't express their feelings, or they have to be a certain way? Or did you get interest in you, or were you just numbed out? Because how we were programmed is often how we're going to treat ourselves, how we're going to treat our own inner world, our own inner child, because of what happened to us. So how does that impact how you are treating yourself now? Because that's part of your value of going, this matters to me. If we didn't have empathy and engagement, then we won't know how to do this for us. It's not your fault. It's not your fault that you don't know how to tune in, respond, and process what's happening. We're going to look at that later. But I just want you to be aware of the struggle that it might be for tuning in, and for you to be compassionate and kind to yourself. Now, understanding this, we can shift and go, I didn't have that attention, interest, engagement as a child, and I'm going to give it to myself now because I deserve it. I'm not going to treat myself with the same disinterest that I got treated as a kid. So that's number 2. How much time and space are you giving your inner child and your healing? Because if your value system has been looking good, partying, holidays, then you might not have given time to feeling good, loving you, tuning in. And then whatever party or wherever you go to, you might drink too much, or you might have addiction stuff going on that's triggering, because you're numbing yourself because you're not tuning into this part. And that contrast would be really triggering between these values and your time for healing. Now, the third thing that I want you to look at is, are you ready now to invest in you and do this weaving of love into all of you? And to show yourself that you matter. And are you willing to go, I now want to invest the time, the energy, the money, the space that I need to heal me? And that starts with celebrating that you're here now. You have invested. You're listening to this video right now. You're here. I want you to go, yay. If you've not done this before, congratulate yourself that you've gone, I matter. This is important to me. Because when we have not had that love, and when our value system is so disconnected from who we are, it kind of builds this big energetic wall that just makes it feel so hard to access that love and that care and that goodness. And so now we want to tune into it, and it might feel hard. It might feel like life's taking over. But I want you to remember from yesterday that commitment that you said, I'm going to wear a bracelet or a note or a text message to myself to remind myself that I matter, that I'm going to show up for me. So I want you to pause and go, I'm here now. And am I willing to show up and let myself know? Yesterday you committed to showing up. Today, I want you to ask, how are you showing yourself that you matter every day? Because that's so important. So these are the 3 things you're going to look at and share in the comments below. Where do you spend your time so that you see what you value? Is this from what has been programmed into you, or what you've chosen because it honors the depth, the creativity, the diversity that you are? Do you make time and space for this little inner world? Or have you copied that disengagement from your childhood? And third, are you investing in you to let yourself know that you matter? All right, lovely people. It's nearly 10 minutes. Come and share in the comments below. And I'm looking forward to hearing how you value you and how you are now treating yourself like you matter. See you tomorrow. Oh, and make sure you go to restoring.love-q. I'll put it in the comment, and give me your personal questions so that I can go live and answer you, because I don't want you blocked or stuck. I want you engaging. And if you've got things that are hard for you, share so that I can go live and answer you. You don't have to watch the Q&A if you don't want to, but I'm going to show up for you. And if you just want to do these 10 minutes every day, that's perfect. But I will also go live and answer your questions every day, every time there are questions there. Sending you love.